Hi, Mariam and other interested parties. This is Bunny, and I'm going to take you on a trip through your journal and tell you a little bit about it. It is obviously a cat journal, and on the front we have a sequined applique in gray and a pretty kitty looking up. It's all held together with this sparkly blue ribbon made of some kind of stretchy material. And when we look inside, I think I'll pull out just a little there. Inside the cover we see our first little kitty cat, beautiful black kitty looking out from the dark. You'll notice that the paper that I use in this journal, most of it is coffee or tea stained, which gives it that brown, mottled, crinkly kind of look. And there's also some stamping throughout and other things of interest. Here's some kitty cats with flowers. And here is our first, what we call a tuck. It's some pretty birds. And inside you'll find various ephemera, including a pretty pastel teal feather and various little cheese labels, and a vintage lady with a cat tattoo, and other little cute pictures and ads, vintage, all vintage. Most of the things in this book are vintage. Some are not, because since it's not going to be for sale, I thought that that wouldn't hurt the copyright too badly. And there's some more stamping. We have some color pages in here also. A little girl tickling her cat. And we have lace on the edges of many of the pages also. And you'll notice that some of the pictures are machine sewn into the book rather than glued. And I think that gives it a rather neat look and makes it maybe last longer. Here's a cat that looks pretty proud of himself. There's some old ruled paper, some old sheet music, a Japanese drawing, a kitty cat. I think this is cute because the little kitty cat's head is hanging out over the frame. More kitty cats and flowers. This is a vintage letter, which you will notice is from, let's see, make sure I got this right, from a publishing house. And you know, since you're an author, I thought you might be interested in that little piece of ephemera. This kitty cat looks like he's getting ready to be up to no good. This is a cartoon series from the New Yorker magazine, which is well known for its cat cartoons. It goes down this page and then this page. And I thought it was rather interesting. And there's spaces for journaling, of course, blank pages where you can write. Here's another a pocket with a flower that might look familiar to you. It was made by our friend Jane Gies. And inside the pocket or other bits of memorabilia, vintage photographs, that kind of thing. A little poem. Fun things to explore. Beautiful young girl with her cat. And here's some pretty paper. More space for journaling. More sheet music. Here's some kittens being flown to the moon, apparently. And cats seem to be a popular subject for absinthe ads. This is one of the 2 absinthe ads that I have in this book that feature cats. More lovely ladies and their cats. At the end of the first signature, I have a beautiful piece of lace from India with golden threads. A French ad. Not sure what this is from, but I really like the look of it. Whose little kitty are you? Here's another pocket with more ephemera. Some people thought that he was too intense. This was a matchbook cover. There was a whole series of matchbook covers featuring cats and funny sayings. And that's one of them. I have a lot more of them in my advice journal that I made. Here's a little bit of music, a page from a children's book, vintage children's book that I found in a yard sale. And pretty tag and other bits of ephemera you can discover. And also a little... Nope, that's that. Okay, I thought that was an envelope that I had put in there. That's in another pocket. Here's vintage ledger paper. Amazing Play Explore washi tape. Another beautiful lady and her cat. Beautiful ladies like cats, including you, Mariam. Here's a noble looking kitty. Doily. It's been tea-dyed. Here's the other absinthe ad. Features a cat. Center of the each signature, I tied a bow. Here's a Halloween-looking picture of a cat being flown by bats somewhere in a hat. Looks like a witch's hat. Some sparkly washi tape. Here's another tuck. The Whatever Kitty Cafe. Serve yourself. And in this we have a little glassine envelope that has some vintage pictures of kitty cats that look really cute. And another tag which you can journal on the back of if you like. Speaking of cats, there's one meowing loudly in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. Wants to come in here, I think. And here's another, I believe, Japanese drawing. Here's a lovely cat and some pretty rose ribbon that I found. More space for journaling. This is a pretty envelope that actually unfolds, and you can use the space to write in, do more journaling in. And I'll put that back later. Well, lady in repose with her cat. And wouldn't it be great if grocery stores nowadays advertised with juggling cats? They're just not as creative as they used to be. This is the writer Anais Nin, I think that's how you say her name, with her cats. And more vintage cats. Another tuck with a cat with cut-out clothes you could put on it. More tags and ephemera. Here's a cat crossing the street, and the officer is making sure that he makes it, stopping traffic. And some pretty lace. More pages for writing. Here's a cover of the New Yorker with a cat knowing what's good to do and a dog out exerting itself needlessly. Pretty little girl and her cat. Some of my stampings didn't take too well, but that's the way it is in a junk journal. And a pretty little girl and her cat sitting in the window. This is the cover of some sheet music, I believe. And here's some sparkly bling for you. The cat's still meowing in the background. Here's another pocket with a white feather and various kitty ads, an ad for thread, and various other ephemera. Let's put that feather back on top. There we go. A cute little bow. More pretty pictures, music, Space Cat and the Kittens. It's a book of some sort for kids, probably. More pretty ladies and their cats. Here's another flower pansy, I think, made by our friend Jane Keyes. She does lovely work. The Harper's cover. A cat reaching out for you. And here's a little dragonfly. It's a brad. And here's an ad for Dubonnet. More ledger paper. And look, there's a gentleman with a cat. It's not all ladies. Gentlemen love cats too. Here's some kittens in bed with mice and birds watching them. I don't know what that's all about. And here's one of the interesting patterns you get when you coffee dye paper and you set it on something to dry and it gets interesting patterns. Here's another tuck pocket with a pretty tag, another page out of a children's book, vintage children's book, and more ephemera. Here's a little girl with a cat on her head. Don't know what that's all about, but it's cute. And here's a man and woman who take their cat for a walk on a leash. And this is called The Favorite Cat. There's something I like about him. More stamping and pretty ladies with cats. The cat in motion with a crocheted flower. And here's a little piece of pretty cloth and a piece of lace. Get that back in there. And on the other side I have another glassine envelope, and it's filled with more little pictures. Little girl and a cat and pretty lace. Another tuck. This has a Lanvin perfume ad. It's called My Sin. I don't know if you remember that. And various other kitty cat paraphernalia, including a catfish. It's a lady with a wealth of cats. 3 little kittens. Getting towards the end now. And at the end is I am the cat who walks by himself, and all places are alike to me. Rudyard Kipling. And I thought that was a fitting ending to the cat journal. And I hope you like it, and I hope you're able to use it. And you can keep it as a scrapbook, put pictures in it, write in it, make lists in it, all sorts of things. So I hope you enjoy it. Happy birthday, Mariam. Bye-bye.